lovelies, Princely here, and we're finally doing the 100k Q&A. Start it! Also, say hello to my boys, 2 of the 4. This is Apollo, and this is Hermes. They're the 2 oldest, so they're having free time with mom right now. They're completely trained and everything, which is nice. Cute babies. Yep, you wanna go on the couch. So those will be running in the background of the video, just so you know. So I'm sitting on the floor of my new place, and I've got my laptop in front of me here so we can answer the questions that you guys have so generously sent in to me. Are we ready, Apollo? Yeah, buddy? Yeah, we are. Okay, question 1. Would you ever want to be a gem? Well, if gems were real, in a sense, an alien life form, I mean, that would be pretty cool. Okay, he's under there now. That would be pretty awesome. I would totally be up to the idea of that. I think that's pretty cool. If I was a gem myself, I would probably be a jade or a sapphire. Those are my 2 top favorites, and I feel like I relate to them more than any of the other gems.
Hey there, lovelies. I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about a little app called Amino. I'm not going to be talking about Steven Universe Amino, but rather Amino as a whole, and its global profiles. The global profile is a sort of home base, where instead of seeing communities that you're just a part of, it shares suggested posts from communities you might also be interested in, opening up your Amino into a world of choices. You can access all your messages from your global profile, and it's also where I'll be sharing my stories for you guys to watch. I've been making a ton of Steven Universe related stories for you guys, and all you need to do to watch them is either follow the link in the description or download Amino and search Princely to find me. Come give me a follow and we can explore this whole new Amino world together.
Thanks, Promotion Me. Think you did great. 2, this one is from Sir Frog. How did you get into the Steven Universe fandom? Well, it happened when, I can't remember what the episode's called. I think it's The Answer. It's where, no, it's not The Answer. Where Garnet is revealed to be a fusion, Ruby and Sapphire. So like episode 52 of season 1, I'm pretty sure. That was when I first started watching. That was the first episode I ever watched. And then I proceeded to binge the rest of the episodes until I was caught up. So that's what I did there. Question 3 from, I gotta check on him. Hermes, what are you doing? What are you doing, fat boy? This is Hermes. Yep, no, you don't like that, do you? Come here, baby. Oh, good boy. Good boy. And this is Apollo. Yeah, say hello to your adoring fans. Alrighty, back to the questions. This is from that one girl. Here are some questions, multiple. 1, who's your favorite character? It's currently a tie between Jade, the Jade Fusion, Lemon Jade. You see her in some of the latest episodes. I can't remember the names. I'm awful with names. Her and Sapphire are my top 2. Love them so much. 2, if you had to serve under any diamond, who would you choose? Assuming that Pink Diamond is out of the equation at this point because of the shattering and whatnot, probably Blue Diamond. Blue Diamond is my favorite diamond, so, you know, and I'm sad, so, you know, probably gonna go with a sad gem. This one is from xjust_budgie x space x. Hey Princely, love your videos. Thanks. What other fandoms are you a part of? Well, this is quite a list. In no particular order, I am really into Detroit Become Human, Marvel movies and comics. I'm into Percy Jackson. I'm into a lot of musicals, so Dear Evan Hansen, Beetlejuice, Be More Chill. I'm into a lot of the more modern musicals as well as the old ones. I'm also, I'm really into Good Omens, the TV show that just came out, as well as the book, which I read like 10 years ago. I'm also really into The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. Really good show, especially if you enjoy things like witchcraft and everything like that, which I thoroughly do, so that's cool. I'm probably into a couple more. Steven Universe, obviously, but thinking on my feet like that, I don't know. I tend to space out. The original fandom that I was in was actually Digimon when I was much younger. I had the VHSs and I adored it, didn't I? Didn't I, buddy? So that was cool. That was my first real fandom experience, like when you get into Tumblr and that kind of stuff, was Supernatural, I'm pretty sure. This one's from what I'm assuming is Tessa, so T3 SSA. Simple question, how are you doing? To be honest, I'm really good. I spent today out doing some shopping, and now I'm home doing this video, spending time with my little baby boys. It's nice. So yeah, that's how I'm doing. How are you doing? I hope you guys are all doing great. Disclosure, I am really sorry about the amount of jump cuts in this video. I tend to stumble over my words a lot. Anyway, how long did it take you to accurately provide the voices for your SU characters? They're spot on. I started doing the voices not long after I actually watched the show for the first time. And when I watched it and I got into it, I got to see that the primary cast of the show was female voices, as well as you've got a young boy, which is usually easily emulated by female vocal cords. That's why if you watch a lot of shows with young boys, like animated, a lot of them are voiced by women, because like it's just easier since men have such a deeper end of like the vocal spectrum. So I was like, hey, I really wanted to start a YouTube channel anyway. So I was like, maybe I could do one of those comic dub channels. Like, yeah, like there's already a couple on here. Like, why don't I do it too? And so I just kind of listened to some of the episodes kind of like on repeat. Like I would find segments of the characters and I would listen to it and I would try and emulate what I heard. And like sometimes that's not always the best for other people, but for me it tends to work. I can do it by ear a little bit, not with everything, only with like a couple voices. You good? Oh, bless you. But yeah, I would kind of listen to some voices I could emulate kind of accurately. I'm not saying that I'm spot on, because I mean no one really is aside from the voice actor, but oh, he's chittering. Peridot was a really hard voice actually to try and emulate. I'm pretty happy with how she sounds now. I was very unnerved, well, not unnerved, like no, I wasn't confident in her voice to begin with. I just couldn't get that
graspy, nasally voice that she has, and it was just a really hard kind of, I don't really know how to explain it.
But like, and then I would just kind of speak more through my nose, and my main phrase to use to get into like my Peridot voice would be like, you clods. So because obviously it's a big thing that she says.
You clods, Steven.
And like I would just practice saying those, and then I would slowly branch out into like other phrases and wording so I could try and get like a whole vocabulary down in that strain of voice. Kind of went on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, hopefully that answers some questions there. This one is from Lonely Animator. On your Diamonds and Crowns AU on Instagram, what do you plan to do with it? Like a fanfic or comic? I kind of just like doing like the screenshot edits of like my different characters. I'm hopefully making like a storyline through those edits. I'm not going to be making a comic or anything because I don't have the patience nor the artistic prowess to do that. So I'm not very good with anatomy a lot of the time. I'm getting a lot better. I'm actually pretty happy with how my drawing's going lately, but yeah, probably just a bunch of different screenshot edits with my characters to try and tell a story. But that's probably about it. For now, maybe. I don't know. This one is from Priyogi Edits. What was your first fandom you were a part of? Also, love your videos. I answered this one before. The first fandom I was properly part of was actually Digimon and Pokemon. I should have clarified. Both. I was really into them. But the first fandom I got into was Twilight. Like the first fandom, like kind of, and then it kind of moved to Supernatural where it got all Tumblr-y, and that kind of 2011, not even like 2009-esque. Yeah. Okay, this one is from Maximus Mars. Would you ever want to visit America? Yeah, there are a couple places in the States I want to visit. Some places I would want to avoid, no offense to anybody, but I've always wanted to go to New York. I've also always wanted to go to Washington, the state, not the capital, city, whatever. But yeah, not a place I would currently want to live, no offense to anybody. Just a lot of political stuff going on right now, and I would rather stay up here in Canada. This one is from Small PP. Is there anyone else helping you voice act any comic, or is it just you? It is just me. I'm a one-woman channel. There are really old videos where I did some Deadpool comics, where I had a male friend of mine do the voices, but aside from those, I think it's like 2, maybe 1 video, it's completely me. I do all of the gems, Steven's lines, I do all of them on the videos on this channel. The Flying Lollipop. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a professional singer, you know, rock star, Adele, something like that. And then as I got older, I wanted to be into sciences. I wanted to be a forensic scientist. But then I realized that I'm not good at chemistry and I'm actually quite dumb. So I threw that dream aside and I discovered video editing, like doing like those little animated music videos on YouTube and stuff. I would do things like that for fun, and then I would get more into it, and I discovered that this was something that I really enjoyed doing. And so then I went to university for film studies, and I currently am still working on my editing and looking for film work. And then on the side, I'm actually writing a book. I'm writing a young adult novel called Jericho, and it's yeah, I feel like it's pretty interesting. It's been in the works for about 2 years now. I'm still working on it, but I feel like by the end of this year it's going to be complete, and it really makes me happy, and then I can look at publishing, which would be really amazing if that could happen.
I love you.
You can't have any. How's your brother? You good? He's good. All right, this one is from Kitty Stars. Family? Yes, I have a family. I feel like most people do. I have 3 younger siblings. I have 2 sisters and a brother. They're all younger than me, and I love them all. I love them all to bits. I miss them a lot. They're all the way on the other side of the world, so I can't see them as much as I'd like to, but yeah, miss them. How old am I? I'm currently 23. I will be turning 24 in September. My birthday is September 28th. I can't animate. I've never tried to. Maybe one day. I need to get better with my my drawings and my ability to You good? You alright? Okay. Up you come. With my ability to replicate like the same drawing and keeping it cohesive, I guess. Oh, excuse me. I have to work on that. Can I sing? You would have to watch the videos of my channel. And next question. This one is from All Blazing One. What's your favorite Steven Universe ship, and who would you date on the show? My favorite ship would be Lemon, Jade, or Garnet. There we go. And who would I date in the show? I don't know, probably Sapphire, but I feel like Ruby would kick my ass, and then also I want to date Ruby as well, but I think I would date Pearl, because we're very similar. We're both kind of neurotic in like the Clensley sense, and being organized, very motherly, and very worried. That's me to a T. Or maybe I just am Pearl. This one's from Hey Hey. A lot of questions here. Can you voice all of Son of Yellow Diamond? Maybe, who knows? I haven't actually read the comic, so I think I've done one from it, but I haven't read the whole thing. Do you like the 3-hour movie Avatar? I've never seen it all the way through. I got bored to tears and turned it off. My favorite color is purple, and then my second favorite color is yellow. And what character do I enjoy voicing the most? Probably Rose, because it's the easiest voice to do, is to drop down into her register and talking with her kind of Americanized accent. I find this one a lot to be the lot easiest. Whereas probably the hardest voice to do is Jasper, because of how husky and deep her voice is. I haven't mastered the technique of being able to do it without wearing my vocal cords out, and obviously you don't want to do that too much because you could get nodules or anything like that, and not good. But yeah, going down into Jasper's voice like this, if I have to do a lot or if I have to get really loud, it's a hard time.
Whereas Peridot was a lot harder to do in the beginning, but she's a lot easier now, I guess.
Another kind of hard one to do is Ruby. Like, she has like this like airy, scared kind of voice to it. Like, her voice is always gonna break. Like, but I love Charlene Yu's voice. I love her portrayal of Ruby. It is spot on. It's perfect. But yeah, that's just how I do my perception of Ruby, is this kind of scared, almost a little bit, you gotta channel a little bit of Morty from Rick and Morty in there, just that kind of nervous, kind of lilt in the voice. Which character is your least favorite? I don't like Amethyst that much, personally honest. Nothing against her. I love her voice. I love, like, then again, I've never really been into the type of characters that are portrayed as very over the top and silly in like a mischievous sense, like how Amethyst is. I know that she does have a lot of growth and everything, and that's also amazing, but like, I've just never been into those kinds of characters, I suppose. You're such a good boy, just staying on my shoulder. Yeah, you're behaving so well, unlike your brother, who went and made a nest. Thingtalope asks, have you ever done any kind of voice training? Because your vocal range is amazing. Thank you very much, that's very kind of you. The vocal training that I've received is, I did singing lessons from, I want to say from when I was 10 to when I was 17. I did singing lessons, a bunch of different schools, bunch of different teachers. I did solo and group performances, so I did that, and I also just loved singing in my free time and did a lot of competitions. But once I graduated from high school and moved on to university, I decided to stop doing singing lessons and kind of just focus on where I was going in life. Aside from that, I've never done any voice acting training or anything like that. It's just kind of my own thing, kind of just self-taught in that perspective. But yeah, thanks for the question. Chloe Productions asks, are you Ripley's sister? I am. Hi. I assume you're one of her friends. This one is from Avocado Animations. What made you pick the name Princely? Love your videos. I picked the name Princely because it's kind of a play on words with my surname. My surname is Prince, so I had a long time trying to figure out what I wanted my YouTube name to be, and I just was thinking and thinking and thinking, and then once I just sat there and I was like, Princely. Princely sounds kind of cool. Are there any other YouTubers? And I couldn't really find anything, and I was like, yeah, let's go with that. Crown, that's a cool aesthetic. And I kind of just went from there. Maya Williams asks, here's a question. What gem do you relate to most? Like I said before, I kind of relate to Pearl in the sense of kind of OCD, anxious tendencies, being very motherly in a sense of being worried and stuff like that. I would probably also relate, I would probably relate a little bit to Sapphire or the Jades, maybe, if we could see what their personalities were more like. But yeah, I would have to probably do a little bit more research on that. Dan Green asks, how do you do deeper voices? Practice, as well as I naturally have somewhat of a deeper register for a woman. I feel like my voice is kind of deep. Like this here is my normal speaking register. I do tend to rise my voice up a little bit when I'm talking, especially for videos or talking to people in public. I don't know why, it's kind of an anxious thing that I do, but my normal talking range is down here, and my accent is actually a lot thicker than what I perceive to other people because I just don't like it. Very thick Australian accent. I do tend to dull it a little bit when I talk and try and add a little bit more of a lilt to it because I'm currently living in Canada, so you know I don't want to stick out too much. But back on the topic of deeper voices, I'm just gifted with the ability to drop down into an even deeper range because obviously, because my voice sits more down, it can stretch further down with training. Whereas if I had a more higher voice, I could probably go up higher. My high range isn't that great, so it's kind of a tit for tat kind of thing. Plastered Animation asks, if you could sing with any character in Steven Universe, who would it be? I personally, in my own singing voice, I guess I have like a deeper kind of voice, very suited for jazz or country music, funnily enough, but it's also very reminiscent of Adele or Rose's voice. So probably doing a duet would sound really cool with either Steven or with Pearl, I think. But yeah, so either those two. Lean asks, what do you do in your free time? I do a lot of writing. I also play my PlayStation a lot. I play a lot of Skyrim at the moment. I spend time with these guys. I do a lot of editing in my free time sometimes when I have the motivation. And aside from that, not much. I'm not that extravagant in my real life, I guess. Rat Pearl asks, do you like my profile picture and name? I sure do, and I wonder why. I will stuff you all in the crust asks, do you like cons? If so, will you be going to any? I do love conventions. I used to go to a lot when I lived back in Australia. I would go to Supernova Sydney, if any of you guys have heard of that. I went to that for about 5 years in a row. Last year was my last year before I moved up to Canada. And currently where I'm living, I think there's a small, very, very small Comic-Con that's going to be going on in August, but I think that's about it. There are no more cons in my area. If I wanted to, I would probably have to drive all the way out to Vancouver or all the way out to Alberta. Either way, and I don't have a car, nor do I have the patience to drive 4+ hours. Okay, go on the couch. Go on the couch. Go find your brother. PUBG Shroud Mobile Game asks, here's a question, not really a hard one. Do you want to be a voice actor in a cartoon someday? Because I see your voice acting in Steven Universe is very interesting. And if you can answer this, just say the name Miko. There we go. And honestly, if I was given the opportunity to voice in an actual cartoon, be my own character and stuff, that would be absolutely amazing. I could not think of something that would be more extraordinary and something that I would be grateful for. Of course, maybe you guys should tweet some of my videos to Rebecca Sugar. Maybe just a little bit, just some of you. Stargazer0352 asks, DC or Marvel? Marvel, duh. Parabot the Superior asks, what's your ethnicity? I'm from Australia, if that's what you're asking. Currently living in Canada. Then my actual ethnicity going back generations are a fair few things. New Zealand, a bunch of white countries. Yeah. Isabel Schneckel asks, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? I would probably want shapeshifting because I'm a very secluded, very isolated, reclused person, and kind of being able to camouflage into backgrounds or change anything on a whim would be really nice, actually. So I guess, yeah, shapeshifting would be my number one choice for superpower. Erica Myers Chewy asks, do you like chocolate? Yeah, I do. But I'm actually lactose intolerant, so chocolate's not that good for me. But why is that gonna stop me? You having a good time, buddy? Running the world up there, aren't you? Yeah, okay. Scarlett G. Abacan asks, hey, Princely, would you ever have your followers voice in a comic? Maybe one day I should do, like, a competition where you guys can send in your gems and then the winners get to voice their gems in a comic that I draw. That would be really cool. Tell me in the comments if you think that's a cool idea. Veronica Sawyer asks, what's your opinion on anti-vaxxers? Well, let me tell you, Veronica, that everyone should be vaccinated. Everyone and their mum should be vaccinated. It's not up for discussion. Vaccinate your children, they need it. Unless you want polio to come back. Flydux532 asks, hey Princely, first question, what's your favorite animal? And number 2, what countries would you want to go to if you had a lot of money? My favorite animals, probably lizards. I'm really big into reptiles. I love lizards. I'm a bit iffy on snakes, But honestly, if someone offered me to have like a 5-foot lace monitor lizard as a pet, I wouldn't say no. The next part would be I would want to go to America, I would want to go to France, I would want to go to England. I would probably want to end up going to somewhere in the Scandinavian countries. I do like going to places where it's lots colder. I want to go to Ireland. I'm not really into visiting hot countries. I don't do well in the heat. So yeah, probably up in Europe and stuff like that, I would love to visit. Vienna Law asks, how do you find time to make videos? Have you noticed how often I upload? Not much. I don't really have that much time. I've gotten a job where I'm working a lot of hours, so I'm always at work a lot of the time, but I'm trying to find more hours to actually sit down and edit. So your question is as good as mine. Fluffy Quartz asks, congrats. Sorry if this is a bit personal, but you've mentioned being LGBTQ+ before, so I was curious as to what your identity is. Yeah, I am LGBT. I currently identify as pan or bi, whatever label you want to use with that. I would go into the discussion of my gender identity, but I just feel like that is something I don't want to discuss openly at this point in time. But yeah, that's me. Pink Diamond fan David asks, what's your corrupted gem form of your gem? Mine is Witherstorm from Minecraft Story Mode. I googled that when I screenshotted the question, and sweet God, that's terrifying. And mine, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I've never really thought of a corrupted gem form for Tanzanite. I really should, and I really want to now, so I think I know what I'm doing tonight. Michelle Ruvalcaba asks, I dare you to say Jaden. Oh no, you tricked me. Jaden. Nitrous a Scaleboy asks, what's your birthstone? Sapphire. 001 random stuff. Who do you prefer more, Opal or Sugalite? Opal. I don't like Sugalite. See, she has the same personality as Amethyst, and I don't really like Amethyst that much, so there you go. Corinne Kyle Alf Bloodfang. Is there a possibility that Rebecca Sugar might acknowledge your amazing works? Maybe. Who knows? I mean, she's probably not browsing YouTube for comic dubbers, but you know, someone might tweet a video at her. Maybe someone, maybe one of all of us might do it. Who knows? Was that subtle? I think so. Amy Davis asks, is it fun doing what you do? Yeah, it is actually. I get frustrated a lot due to like computer issues and stuff, but all in all, at the end of the day, it is a really enjoyable hobby.
Hey, hi, I'll be your guide. I'll be your GUIDE to the other side. Don't go to the netherworld. Netherworld? Did I say netherworld? Never mind. I'm a B to the WHJMP with Jesus. I can't spell.
And there's the end of the Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like or a comment down below, or even check out the links in the description. Would be really cool. Hopefully you guys had as much fun in this video as I did making it. And until next time, love yous.
The
Sound of a scream is music to me. A sound, this is 15.